In today's video, we're going to be rescaping my 75-gallon tank. I've been wanting to do this for like the past week, but I ended up getting arrested and they seized my whole car and my meta glasses. But you know me, I wasn't able to get them back, so I went out and bought a whole new pair. First, I got to wash all these river stones. I got them from Home Depot for like $7 a bag, complete steel. 2 bags filled up all of my tanks. I did have a good audio over this, but I was singing and didn't like how it sounds, so I muted it. Don't know what I was doing here. Felt the need to touch my pleco, but it's okay. Watching back on the clips, this audio isn't much better because my girlfriend decided to watch a musical, but it's okay. I gotta make sure there's no critters on any of these decorations. Now I'm gonna be removing the plants and everything. Yeah. The scape of this tank isn't too bad. It's just scattered because I added a bunch of fish and I wanted to make sure everything had enough hiding spots. So I just threw a bunch of shit in there and it ended up looking just messy to me. So that's why I wanted to do this mainly. Now I'm going to struggle to get this big ass piece of driftwood out the tank. It's really not that hard. Just the angle is difficult. Had me a little bit stumped here. I have a bunch of video ideas, but I also want you guys to tell me what you guys want to see. It doesn't always have to be fish related. Just fish is what I kind of tend to like recording so far. The amount of snails that were on this piece of wood were disgusting, but I have a Fahaka pufferfish, as you guys know, in my other tank, and he'll take all those down, so it's okay. As soon as I get my phone back, I'm most likely going to post what happened between me and the cops. It was a crazy situation, but they booked all my stuff. I've got no charges, but they're still holding all my stuff, which is funny. New York police are corrupt as shit, but it's okay. Here I'm grabbing a bowl for all the snails because I'm going to try to get as many as I can. I'll feed them between my pea puffers and my Fahaka. I hate uprooting my plants, but honestly, it doesn't really do anything to them as long as they're careful and get them back in the water pretty quick. It's all good. This tank has a crazy mix of fish between mollies, guppies, loaches, gouramis, everything. The reason why it's like this is because I started with like 8 tanks and I downgraded to 6. I'll probably get another tank here eventually, but it would be a bigger one. I wasn't a big fan of the 10 and 20 gallon tanks. I would have brought one of the tanks back up if I had to, but to be honest, none of these fish really affect each other. There's a cichlid in here that I can't get out to save my life, but besides that, it's all good. He doesn't seem to really be affecting anything. This rock right here smelled like straight dookie. Literally, my girl in the other room was like, "What does that smell?" I'm like, "I don't know, but I know damn well what that shit was. It smelled straight like the sewers." Here I'm back trying to catch the bitch-ass cichlid. I literally tried for like 30 minutes. I obviously didn't record all of it, but I was done. I was like, I'm gonna kill myself or this fish because this shit is crazy. It's literally the fastest fish I've ever had to deal with in my life. Before I finish taking everything out, since I only got one towel, I'm about to throw this piece of wood back in just because it's huge and in my way. And then I'm going to go from there. I was trying to mess with it. I don't even really know why, because I was going to move it again, and I knew I was going to move it again. Because right now it's in the same exact spot as it was. About to pick up the pufferfish's dinner right now. All these little snails. About 15 of them ended up on the bottom of my sock, but there's not much I could do. I really did try to get as many as I could. I felt like a crackhead picking up my crack shards on the floor. Looking through the rug and shit. Time to take out these big ass rocks, see what I'm gonna do with them. They're kind of ugly, but I think I chose the cheapest ones. That's what happens when you have multiple tank syndrome and start buying a bunch of tanks. Once it comes down to the decorations, you got limited money left. I know dojo loaches are illegal, but I think they're one of the coolest fish ever. They're super personable, always trying to see what's going on. They're not nervous like the coolie loaches at all. I want to get a pond for them eventually, but right now they're just chilling in the 75 gallon. It's looking decent so far. It's looking better than it was anyways. Look at all those fish. Big chilling. I'm gonna start feeling around, seeing where I want these plants to go. My mind's always changing when I put stuff in here. The Garas like to eat the skin straight off my hand. Them freaking freaks are freaks. At this point, it was like an hour later. I'm here about to try to get this fucking cichlid back. My friend's got a whole tank full of cichlids I want to give him to, or I'll put him in my other tank, but I want him out of this one because I think he could possibly be stressing my other fish out. It doesn't look like it so far, but you never know with cichlids. They just turn one day and it's over. Especially little guppies, it's definitely over. They can't do much. Guppies and mollies, they're only hardy for so long. Bringing these snails to my pufferfish tank and get them out my way. Get them in there. The angelfish are always trying to eat everything. Now the pufferfish really wants the snails, but I would have got better clips. I don't think he was too hungry. You see that giant shit hanging out his butt. I think at this point he already ate enough snails for the day. So we're going to go back over here. I honestly really liked how this looked alone, but I had to get all my decorations back in there. The last thing I got for this tank were the rocks, and I didn't like how I had them in there. So I'm going to try to make them like a better little rock cave on the right-hand side. Make it more visually appealing, maybe. I definitely think this came out okay. And now I'm going to be adding that bag of river stones I was talking about at first. They just look super good in any aquarium, to be honest. That's just my honest opinion. And they can't hurt any fish because they're very smooth. They're just all around very good cop. I will say, since you get them from Home Depot, though, just make sure they're extra washed. They didn't seem too dirty, but, you know, you never know what can sneak in there.
Here we go.
Here's my curious little dog coming to say hi. Obviously was making too much noise with the rocks, so she had to come see what was up. Make sure I didn't have anything for her. I get mad at my animals for going around my fish tanks because usually they're being bad, but I will say I was missing a common pleco for about 6 days, and my cat ended up finding him. He was like wedged underneath my tank stand, but that was very unfortunate and rough. Very hard to deal with, but I won't lie about it. The worst part is he was just moved from the 75 to the 120 gallon, and I thought that he would have liked it more, but apparently it looked like he wanted to go back, and I didn't catch him in time.